Hello and welcome to our flip video lesson, The Gift of Nature, lesson 7.10. Our lesson 7.10 details your Human Odyssey reading pages 250 to 253, your student guide workbook pages 227 to 231, your OMS assignment is 7.10 assessment in your OMS, and then about the topic, Greek ideas and reasoning. Today's lesson learning objectives. Identify areas of study whose names have Greek origins. Identify one of the Greeks' greatest contributions to Western civilization. Recognize how human scientific and philosophical thought progressed from the earliest civilizations to the Greeks and then to modern times. Lesson Introduction. The Gift of Reason. The Greeks were among the world's first scientists and philosophers. They thought that by asking the right questions, making careful observations, and using their minds and reasoning powers, they could figure out how the world worked. At first, they attributed natural phenomena to the actions of the gods. But as they observed nature closely, they began to see patterns emerging. They looked for unchanging laws that might explain those patterns, and then used their reasoning powers to come up with logical explanations. This was a whole new approach to learning, and one that modern-day scientists still follow. The idea that the universe is orderly and that humans can understand it is one of the Greeks' greatest gifts to us. Your student guide. You're going to go ahead and turn to page 228. We will be doing multiple activities with this lesson, so be prepared to, take some time with your student guide for today. So Greeks learn about nature. So this is on page 228, the top part there of your student guide. In their desire to understand nature, the Greeks asked many questions. They wondered what caused lightning, earthquakes, and the sun's movement across the sky. Until they could answer these questions scientifically, the Greeks answered them with explanations based on their polytheistic beliefs. Remember, polytheism is that belief in many gods. And so they believed lightning is the spear of Zeus flashing through the air, that earthquakes happen when Poseidon stamps his foot, and that Helios drives his glowing chariot, the sun, across the sky every day. And so now we can use some scientific reasons for that, but during the time of the ancient Greeks, they used their polytheistic beliefs, their idea of many gods, to help explain some of the phenomena, some of the things going on around them. Many words we have are derived from the Greek language. The Greek's influence is apparent in many of the words we use today. You may use a dictionary to look up the words on pages 228 to 230. So in your student guide, there's a chart there. There's a bunch of words there. Gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 words. So you can go ahead and take some time. You can pause this video. You can get a dictionary out and you can go ahead and look up those words. Or I do have them filled in on the next page for you if you would prefer to do that as well. So either way, you're going to need to stop this video and take some time to fill out that chart. Okay, and so here we have archaeology, astronomy, biology, botany, ecology, etymology, geography, geology, meteorology, philosophy, physics, psychology, and zoology. And all of these words were derived from the Greek language. So this right over here, what says Greek origin, yes or no, all of these were derived, all of these ologies were derived from the Greek language. And like I said, you can pause this video. You can look at the notes in your OMS to go ahead and fill in this chart. And then these are the questions on page 231. There are 9 questions there, so this kind of helps to answer those questions. And I'm just going to read them in paragraph form, but again, you can pause this video to fill it in as needed. The Greeks called humans the only animal who asks questions. The early Greeks explained the forces of nature as the actions of nature gods. The earlier peoples also explained the forces of nature as actions of gods. For example, the Egyptians worshipped Re as their sun god, and the Sumerians believed the god Shamash controlled night and day, returning every day to chase away the darkness and spread warmth and light. The Greeks never grew tired of asking why and how things happened. The more they asked, the less they liked the old answers. They sought to find better explanations. The Greeks were certain they could figure out the why and how by using their minds and carefully observing the universe. They believed that understanding natural law could help them understand the patterns they saw in nature, and even in changes in the patterns. This approach assumed the world was not chaotic and uncontrollable, but orderly in a way that humans could understand. Modern-day scientists test their ideas, perform experiments, and apply what they learn. They use their findings to change nature and control it. The Greeks were among history's earliest scientists and philosophers. The Greeks' greatest gift is the idea that the world is orderly and that humans can understand much about the universe. And then your reading pages again, 250 to 253, so please make sure that you do have those complete to tie together all of the information that you've learned. Important vocabulary words to understand: contribution, the part played by a person or thing in bringing about a result or helping something to advance. Origin is the point or place where something begins, arises, or is derived. Philosophical is relating or devoted to the study of the fundamental nature of knowledge, reality, and existence. Progressed is determined according to the technique of progression, meaning moving forward. And here we come to our quote section. Nature, equal with mind, sees all her sons at play, sees man control the wind sweeps man away. And that was said by Matthew Arnold. And you can hear my dog snoring in the background. I'm so sorry. I think she finds history boring. Thanks so much for joining me today. As always, believe in yourself, stay strong, never give up, be grateful, work hard, stay humble, be kind, and keep smiling. Have an amazing day.